freedom. The Regine Velasquez-Alcasid Digital Concert.
Miss Reg, I really wanted to ask you because there's a difference between the woman that we see right now and the woman that we would have seen a couple of years ago. So by that I mean, I want to dive into the topic of Miss Regine Velasquez versus Regine Velasquez-Alcasid. So there's a difference between you before and after, meeting Sir Ogie and becoming married and living that married life. So looking back at your whole career, I know there are probably going to be some moments. I personally have those moments na, parang nanitiri ako sa ginawa ko 10 years ago. Do you have those moments? Do you have those takeaways from your career?
We all have that cringe moment whenever we see ourselves on TV. Like, that's why I actually don't watch any of my concerts.
Wow. Really? Like, that's like Johnny Depp. He doesn't watch his movies. Why not? Because of the cringe?
Yeah, I get very parang nahihiya. Although once in a while I would, like the old concerts, sometimes I like someone would tweet whatever to me, and then I'd click it and it goes into the concert, and I'm like, oh, I'm actually kind of good. Pwede pala. Medyo magaling pala ako. No, but seriously, with everything that I've experienced in my life, I have been in the business for 35 years. I have learned so much. I have experienced so much. And I have made a lot of mistakes, but I've also made some good decisions. So I don't want to regret any of the decisions I have made in my life, because even the ones that are not so good, I've learned from it. So how would you know if you're making a mistake if you're not gonna take a chance, or if you're not gonna make a decision, right? Sa akin, it's better to make a mistake, learn from it, than not making any decisions at all. That means you have not experienced anything. You're so afraid to experience, getting hurt or making a mistake and making a fool of yourself. We all learn from those things, and it's okay. Anyway, people forget.
That's true. People are fickle-minded. They do. They change opinions.
But they forget.
For you, Miss Regine, of course, you said it yourself. Like, there are moments where you look back and like, magaling pala ako. And for many of us viewing you, we think that all the time. I've seen you in ASAP. We think that all the time. Pero may mga times, like, of course, we all have that learning curve, and you're at the peak of that learning curve, and you have been for many, many years. But can you tell us of a time where you did possibly make a fool of yourself, or just so we know that you're human?
I think it's pretty normal to I make a fool out of myself all the time, but I just laugh at myself, and I actually
that's a skill.
Like that about my character, because if I make a fool, ganun eh. Parang I just laugh. I laugh at myself. It's okay. It's no big deal. But syempre after parang oh my gosh. Pero like I said, you learn from those things. For example, when I'm performing, whenever people are watching me sa ASAP, or when I'm doing something, a concert or whatever, their expectations are always so high, and I'm not always good. My voice doesn't always cooperate with me. It doesn't always cooperate with me, because I'm human. But I do work really hard, and I always give it, my 100, my 200%, or sometimes even 1,000%.
Of
So
course.
if I do make a mistake, I try to be uh forgiving of myself. I try not to be so hard on myself, kasi I have a tendency to like beat myself up. Na parang, you've been practicing that. Why? And a lot of us mga artists, specifically mga singers, ganyan kami. We have a tendency to be so hard on ourselves. So, bago nyo pa napansin na nagkamali kami, we were already, wala. We're trying to like, wala na. Katakot-takot na ano na yung ginawa namin sa sarili namin. So, that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to take it easy lang, and just enjoy every performances that I'm doing. Like I said, um, I'm human. I actually, acceptance is the key. Kasi when I was younger, I never had a problem with my voice. I mean, I open my mouth and there's a voice. And now it takes so much effort to make it come out. So, but, but uh, for some reason, I am more passionate now. I guess because, even up to now, I still have a hard time with my voice. I still have to like warm it up, so many hours of the day para lang to make sure that it's there. So
Mm.
I practice almost every day. I swim almost every day to make sure that I'll be ready for the concert. Uh, I think because I had a hard time with it a couple of years back, parang mas na-appreciate ko lalo yung craft ko, yung pagkanta, and become more I'm even more passionate now than when I was younger, when it was so easy to do.
Yeah.
Ganun pala yun. Kasi when it's easy to do, parang you kind of take it for granted. But now
Mm.
that, I make an effort, the more uh, parang mas gusto ko talagang kumanta, mas gusto kong palabasin siya, parang ganon. So, I hope I'm making sense, but it's like that.
100%. Fire is still burning.
Well, that's why, what I always say to the young singers now, the young
100%.
kids.
Fire is still burning.
Well, that's why, what I always say to the young singers now, the young kids now, is you never take it for granted. Be grateful that you are being given the chance to perform, because believe me, it gets harder as you get older. Yes.
Yeah, there's something that that's something that we hear. How do I say it? I've heard a lot personally.
Mm,
Two very specific things, and one of them was stay humble, which is very,
mm.
it's like almost a throwaway comment in the industry that without context doesn't really, it sort of like bounces off. And the
Mm.
second one is always keep growing or having a growth mindset. Those are two main things that I always hear. So you've been again in the industry for a very long time. So I just really want to have you comment on that. Humility with all the success you've had. You've always been, you've always shown the side of you that's humble. So what has kept your feet on the ground so strongly na hanggang ngayon you're still growing, you're still humble?
I think I was very blessed to have a wonderful family, and you know, uh, when I was younger, I practically grew up in Bulacan. So I really didn't. It's a province here in the Philippines. Just in case you don't know,
No, I
it's like
got it.
mga parang an hour and a half
Yeah.
back then to here. Um, and our lives was not. I didn't have an easy life. I had a hard life. So it everything that happened to me, all the opportunities that came in, talagang I was just so grateful. Pwede din naman lumaki yung ulo ko, pwede din namang maging mayabang ako,
Yeah,
pero parang, why?
of course.
Why? Parang, I don't really see the point, and, you know, there's this, ano nga na parang, the more you, the more you become bigger, parang dapat the less attention you want to have. Parang ayaw mong magkaroon ng attention palagi sa sarili mo. So, the
Yeah.
bigger you are, the smaller you should be. Parang ganon. Why? Well, because you need to be grateful nga. And if you're mayabang, you're not gonna be able to see every blessings,
Amen.
everything that you were given. You're not gonna be able to see all those things. So it's always wonderful to be grateful. Plus, ayaw ni Lord.
Amen. Sorry,
Ayaw ni
masyadong malakas
Lord.
yung amen ko din. Sorry. But
Go.
that's so true. And I love that. But I've also noticed my mga art, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been part of this. I think I'd like to think that I'm free of it, so to speak. But there are many people, both, that have been longer in the industry and shorter, na parang natatakot sila of losing whatever they have, whether it be their fame, siguro
Mm,
security, the money, the
mm,
chance that they have. Just
mm.
last year, losing ABS-CBN, our home that we're in. So,
Yeah,
um, did
yeah.
you ever
Mm,
have that feeling na, what if I, baka mawala ako, one bad
mm,
performance, it's cutthroat. Did you ever
mm.
experience that? And if you did, how did you get out of that?
I think it's pretty natural to be feeling that way, to feel insecure about your stature, and especially for me, who's um, been in the business for a long time, and I'm older, and in this business, age is a big factor. That's how it is. So I get insecure about those things too, but um how do I get out of it? I deal with it. I deal with my insecurities by talking about it. That's one. And I'm just accepting who I am and where I am in the business now. And again, just be grateful because I'm still here. I'm still working. I'm doing a
Yeah.
concert. It's a big concert. So, um, yun lang. That's how you get out of it. Because if you keep thinking about it, like, oh my gosh, I'm gone. I'm gone. You'll probably be gone if you keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
So just be passionate with whatever it is that you want to do with your life. Because when people see that they get inspired. So if you want to be an actor, be passionate with acting. Learn whatever you can learn from other people, and keep an open mind to a lot of other things. Because as long as you have that passion inside you, people will see it, and people would want to see that. Like I said, it will inspire them. It will give them hope. And especially nowadays, we all need that, right?
Of course, we need that hope. We need that faith
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that's personally helped me a lot. But I just wanted to ask really, really quickly: have you ever had? I'm sure you have, but can you tell us a time where you had a thank God moment? I love asking this question. Just a moment where nothing else, anything else could have happened, something could have gone wrong, but God came through in a certain way, and you just had to say thank God.
Lagi naman akong may gano'n. Lagi naman akong may thank God, kahit sa asat lang, actually. Because I get very nervous nowadays. I don't know, parang nawala na yung pagka-nervyos ko eh. Like last year, I remember not being nervous. But for some reason, nung dumating yung pandemic, I'm always nervous to sing. I don't know why. So whenever I would sing, like an ASAP, especially when it's live, oh my gosh, and then I make a mistake and then I'm able to kind of wing it. So it's like, oh, thank God. Thank you for giving me the idea how to wing it. Yeah. Kasi ang hirap minsan
Okay.
like sa opening ang hirap ng mga kanta, mabibilis yung words and then you have to like you have to think of where you're
Halos rap.
supposed to go, yeah, and then you have to look at the lyrics and there's so many things you need to think about when you're doing the show live. So minsan nararattle talaga ako.
But Mr. Jean, I can say I don't I know you're a guest here. I know you're the one being interviewed, but I personally don't think I've ever seen. Because even when you think it's a mistake, it doesn't sound. Your hearing's probably a lot more acute than mine is, so I haven't noticed anything. So if that brings some reassurance to you,
For more than 3 decades, she conquered the concert scene here and around the world. But if you think you've seen it all, the one and only Asia's Songbird Regine Velasquez-Alcasid is ready to give you a one-of-a-kind concert experience in a brand new stage with her iconic voice. This February, let's join the Asia's Songbird in a meaningful musical journey to freedom. The Regine Velasquez-Alcasid Digital Concert.